Hey guys! So today's video is going to be another coffee chat. So grab a beverage and let's chat. It's been a while since we've done a chat. I think it was October of last year. So today I wanted to talk about comparison. And this topic is so complex and there's so much to say, right? Comparison is actually really natural. It's just human nature. We're just walking around being human, and there's all these other humans walking around living next to us, so it's just natural to look at these other humans and look at how they do things and compare how we do things with how they do things. So I just want to start off by saying it's totally natural. Don't beat yourself up about comparing. But what is really important is being aware of it, being aware of when you're comparing, and being aware of how you're translating those thoughts into feelings, and then how that's affecting you as you move forward. So, like I said, there's so much to say about this topic, and actually today I'm going to focus not so much on comparing yourself to others, although I have a lot to say in that topic, so maybe I'll make a different video about that. But today I'm actually going to talk mostly about comparing yourself to yourself. So either a projected future self that you thought that you would be and you're not, or a past self. I think this is really common for dancers, for all humans, but as dancers, we're taught to self-criticize and to compare and to always be striving for progress, for that perfection, right? We're always trying to get better. We're practicing a craft that can never actually really fully reach perfection. So there's always going to be room to grow. There's always going to be issues or things that are not aesthetically perfect or technically perfect. And I think that can really set us up to get into this negative cycle of comparing. Life is not just this steady climb upwards where we are just, checking things off and hitting our goals one after the other and just like constantly crushing it. Sometimes it is that, and it will be that way, and that's great. And that can be so satisfying, right? But life is seasons. It's changing all the time. It's, there will be seasons where you get to train really hard maybe, and you get to spend 7 days a week at the studio and 6 hours a day in the studio, and you get to just work on your craft and perfect your craft and just pour yourself into ballet. And that is so awesome. That's a great season. If you are in that season, I hope that you can step back and really enjoy it and appreciate it, and not just constantly be criticizing yourself, because it won't be forever. And I think that's an important message that I didn't hear when I was dancing full-time. I was so focused on reaching perfection that I wasn't enjoying what a special season that is to be a dancer, because you are spending so much time on perfecting your craft. You're spending so much time in the studio, and it gets to be like, it's nice. It's kind of like you get to be selfish because you're working on something that is completely wrapped up in you. I mean, your body is your instrument. So, but then there's going to be other seasons, and maybe you get injured. Maybe you decide to pursue a different career. Maybe you decide to have a family, and maybe you change companies and you go from having solos to being in the core. Life is just constantly changing. We know this. I think it's important to not hold ourselves to these specific standards that we feel have been projected either by the ballet world or by social media or really any external source. And, you know, sometimes seasons are short, sometimes seasons are long, sometimes, I mean, if you live in Denver, like I do, sometimes you can experience every season in the course of a week. And just, it's going crazy all the time. It's winter, no it's summer, no it's winter, no it's spring, no it's raining, no it's snowing. I think that's also really important to remember, is that not everyone does not have the same definition of success, and that is okay. That is good. So you need to define what success is to you. And not everyone has the same aesthetic. We are all different. And so that's really important too. Don't censor yourself or base yourself on anyone else's aesthetic or success, anyone else's goals. This is your journey, and you need to look internally for your sense of direction, your sense of aesthetic, all of those things. What makes you happy, what makes you healthy, what makes you come alive. And it is going to change. It's going to change all the time. Especially for anyone out there who is like an ex-dancer or an ex-pre-professional student, or somebody who used to dance and then is now dancing later on in life, in a different season of their life, or someone who is injured and comparing themselves to who they used to be. I think that if you get stuck where you are just constantly comparing your dancing to what it used to be, it can get so depressing, and then you can just feel like, ugh, and that takes all of the joy out of dancing. But if you can focus on who you are right now, and the dancer that you are right now, and the fact that you can still move and dance and do all of these things, and everything that you're creating now, it infuses all of that joy into it, and it's so much fun. And the journey of becoming whatever it is that you are becoming, whatever it is that you want to become, can be so fulfilling. And I think it's a very important process to be able to identify your feelings and identify what thoughts created those feelings, and then identify if that's something that you really believe, and if that's something that you really want to meditate on and kind of create your life around, right? Because we create our life around our thoughts, and those thoughts dictate our feelings, and that creates our life going forward. So that is my big long rant on comparing yourself to yourself. I would love to do another video on comparing yourself to others, because I have a lot to say on that. If you would be interested in that, let me know in the comments. But this is just my encouragement to you guys to step back, take a look at what thoughts you're looping through your brain and how those are affecting the way that you feel about yourself and your dancing, and then decide if that's something that you want to continue with, or if you want to change those thoughts and change those feelings, and then, you know, change your life. It's just that simple, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you like this video. If it resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.